Meghan is a person who controls the narrative. Meghan was on a manhunt. She was looking for a husband, and she carefully researched all his strengths and, more importantly, his weaknesses. After the Oprah Winfrey interview, it clearly was very toxic.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Exposing SMG. Today I have an explosive video for you because it's scandalous tea on what you've all been talking about. Tom Bower's new book about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's war against the royal family. The new book, Revenge, Meghan, Harry, and the War Between the Windsors, has been anticipated for a while now. It just dropped, and here are just some of the most explosive things exposed in the book. If you guys want me to keep covering this book, please let me know down in the comments below, and make sure to like and subscribe for more content. Also, follow me on our social media because that's where we talk to you guys and update you on all the craziest tea. Number 1. Comparing Meghan to the late Princess Diana was not only made purposely, but made with an agenda despite being warned of it backfiring. Thought I'd start this video off with a bang. Meghan being crowned the new Princess Diana has always seemed to be number 1 on her priority list. From the day she married into the royal family and pretended to have never heard of the British royal family, to telling Oprah that she didn't know that Diana also had a tell-all interview when she and Charles got divorced, to being exposed by childhood friends that she was actually obsessed with Diana in particular, to a photo of her being released that shows her posing in front of Buckingham Palace when she was 15, it just made people believe that the whole "I never heard of them" was actually quite the opposite. The effort to seem like she didn't care came off as her trying to hide her extremely possessive nature about the topic. She knew exactly who they were, and she had an agenda to become the modern-day people's princess. At least that's what Tom spills in his new book. In order to understand this information, I have to take you back to 2016, where an official statement was released on Harry's behalf, damning what the press has been saying about Meghan, because at one point it apparently crossed a line. This statement was released in November 2016, just a few months after it was made public that Harry and Meghan have been dating. The statement said that Meghan has been subject to abuse and harassment, both in public and private. It called out sexism and racism. It said that Meghan's mother can't even get through her home without the photographers at her doorstep. And basically, every person in Meghan's life has been harassed for information by reporters and whatever else. The statement also wanted to emphasize that Meghan's safety was in danger and that Harry couldn't protect her, and basically kept alluding that people have to reflect before further damage is done, because this is not a game, it is her life and his. It basically wanted to allude that if those bombarding photographers and social media trolls don't stop, Meghan will have the same fate that Harry's mother suffered, and they wanted to tug on those heartstrings. Of course, when this came out, people were flabbergasted because Meghan wasn't even getting that much attention, let alone having D-listers in her circle suffer any harassment by reporters. And people were even more confused because Harry releasing a statement like this was the start in unusual behavior for him. Even the statement says he knows that it is unusual to issue a statement like this. Well, now thanks to Tom Bower's book, we have a glimpse into the meeting that took place to publish this statement. Remember Joseph Knauf? In 2015, he joined the royal household as communications secretary and later became a trusted staffer of Meghan and Harry, and was tasked with helping them with their personal letters. Tom writes that, in order to pacify Meghan's anger, Jason agreed to publish a statement on Harry's behalf, damning the media for how they've been treating Meghan. He also said that Harry dictated the sentiments for Knauf to fashion into a statement. Supposedly, Meghan put Jason in an uncomfortable situation by demanding that the statement should parallel what could potentially happen to her versus what already happened to Diana. And Jason was basically like, whoa, chill, these dramatics can actually backfire, but Harry was basically like, do as Meghan says. Tom also writes that Harry felt like he would probably lose Meghan if he didn't put his foot down and assure that his girlfriend is compared to his dead mother. And that's why Jason obliged. And that's actually kinda insane and borderline crazy if true, and truly, I believe it. What do you guys think? Number 2. Meghan easily capitalized on Harry because he wanted to be controlled by a woman and was eager to get revenge on his family. In another excerpt of the book, Tom writes that people close to Harry believed that for a very long time he had fantasized about being told what to do by a woman. Because he was searching for maternal sympathy, Meghan fulfilled that empty role for him by being an understanding mother figure, but also an adoring lover.
She could reassure him that she was the one he was looking for. And he was desperately looking for somebody. He confessed he was a lonely man. He confessed he couldn't find anyone suitable.
This has been a widespread theory since they first got engaged, because to the outside eye, it was kinda obvious that Meghan was touching on those sensitive feelings of Harry's when it came to his mother. So is it surprising that people in Harry's close circle believed that to get to him, she had to cosplay as his mother as well as his lover? No. But it is a little sick. What's even sicker is that apparently Harry knew that in order to secure Meghan's loyalty, he needed to change himself to match her expectations. This is seen with him doing a lot of things differently with Meghan versus how he usually acts. For example, releasing that statement in 2016, stepping on everyone else's boundaries to make sure Meghan was okay, and so on. In Lady C's book, in which I am still working on videos for that upcoming series on this channel by the way, she wrote that Harry was known for saying, "What Meghan wants, Meghan gets." And now with this revelation from Tom, it seems like Harry's insecurity and childhood trauma allowed Meghan to capitalize on such a burdened man. Tom also writes that Meghan knew that she was pushing a man who was eager for revenge against the media and his family. Many people are quick to say that Harry wanted to leave the royal family and that he was never meant for this life in an effort to justify their decision in 2020. But it's also important to note that Meghan seemed to play on his own personal issues in order to satisfy her own. For example, no one ever thought that Harry would leave his duties as a working senior royal to play Hollywood hubby in California. But look at where he is now. It seems that Tom was right when he said that Harry would change himself in order to secure Meghan's loyalty and match her expectations. Tom also writes that because Harry blamed Diana's death on the media and how he was unable to protect her, him declaring war against the media was his way of protecting Meghan in a way that he wasn't able to do so for his mother. Number 3. Harry changed his phone number without telling any of the other royals. Tom writes that in order to please Meghan, Harry had split from his old friends. He had even changed his telephone number without telling his family. This in turn confirmed Prince William's fear, which was that Meghan was becoming a divisive agent. In any relationship, wanting to control your partner by taking them away from people he's close to should be a red flag, because that means you want to isolate him and have him rely on you for all his needs. And guess what? That is something that time has proven to be correct. What do you call someone who takes a person away from their family and their home country to bring them to their own home country and make them do everything they've always wanted to do? A divisive agent. I guess William was onto something after all. Number 4. The Queen was happy that Meghan was missing Prince Philip's funeral. Tom claims that the Queen said, "Thank goodness," when she heard that Meghan wasn't going to be able to attend Philip's funeral. What do you guys think about that? Critics have also said that they doubt that the Queen was thinking of anything else other than Philip that day, so she didn't care whether or not Meghan was coming. And to be honest, I think that the Queen was 100% relieved that Meghan wasn't attending the funeral, considering she had already caused too much stress on the family. If you guys remember, just a month before the funeral was Meghan and Harry's interview on Oprah, where they practically called the senior royals racist. I too would say thank goodness. Number 5. Meghan allegedly threw hot tea during their Australia tour. The incident where Meghan allegedly threw hot tea at a staff member versus throwing hot tea up in the air has been discussed in both Tom's book and Lady C's book. As I said, I will be going into detail about Lady C's book during a different series on my channel, but for now, let's see what Tom writes. A lot of crazy things reportedly went down on Meghan and Harry's Australia tour, which I call a tour from hell, so if you guys want me to compile a list of all the things that were either rumored or confirmed to have gone down, let me know. Tom writes that during the Sussex's visit to Sydney, Australia, Meghan was allegedly abrasive towards her 4 female staff and even towards the local British diplomats. Meghan allegedly threw a cup of tea into the air, and apparently her anger may have been partly fueled by Harry because every night he would surf the web looking for hate comments on social media, and it was a hobby that both him and Meghan partook in. I personally believe the tea incident because it's now been reported on by multiple different sources, and it's hard to believe that it's false because not even Meghan's track record history can help her. There have always been reports of her being rude, aggressive, and a bully, so to hear the same story reported on by a bunch of different sources just adds more to the credibility of the story. Do you guys agree or not? Let me know. Also, Meghan and Harry have always denied that they are on the internet reading any of the comments, but if that's true, then how are they always up to date with what's being said about them, and they are always having their staff work overtime trying to suspend accounts and sue the press? Actions speak louder than words, and in the case of Meghan and Harry, neither are on their side. This brings us to the end of this video. Please let me know what you guys think of my little analysis, and if you want a part 2 to this video about more bombshells that were exposed in Tom's new book. Comment down below your thoughts, follow us on social media, and be sure to like and subscribe for more content each week. And as always, I'll see you next time.